Well, congratulations, everyone, because we've all lived long enough to see these Waymo self-driving cars taking over the world, mate. They all warned us about this in that movie, Leave the World Behind. We all saw that. It doesn't go well, does it? We need to leave these cars behind, mate. That's what they need to call it. Just look at how crazy these videos are.
Video here captured several of the self-driving cars just clogging up a neighborhood cul-de-sac. The people living in the Northwest Atlanta neighborhood say dozens end up circling their community. Channel 2 Steve Gelbach is on one street where they want the Waymos to stop.
It's almost every little cul-de-sac around our area, so I think it's a real problem.
Waymo after Waymo after Waymo enter this dead-end street, usually early in the morning.
I think yesterday morning we had 50 cars that came through between 6 and 7.
Neighbors on Battleview Drive started seeing the autonomous, driverless cars 2 months ago, but the groupings and large number of Waymos just started circling in and out in the last couple weeks. They even shared video with us when neighbors used this little guy to put him right out here in the street to block the Waymos from getting into the cul-de-sac, and you can imagine what happened next.
And we had at one point 8 Waymos that were stuck trying to figure out how to turn around.
The Waymos are empty and not picking anyone up, and parents are worried, not only calling it excessive, but dangerous.
We're families, we have small kids, we have animals and pets, we've got kids getting on the bus in the mornings, and it just doesn't feel safe to have that traffic.
Neighbors reached out to Waymo and have not got a response. They've also contacted their council member, representatives, and GDOT and don't know what to do.
They're everywhere. They're blocking the street.
Kidding me? Okay.
Does anyone actually want these cars? Like, the amount of them that are on the road, you can't tell me that this isn't some sort of, like, surveillance plan. That's my tinfoil hat brain kicking in there. Like, what are you going to do? If you get in this car and you see the 2 locks go down on either side and you just hear a voice come out the radio go,
"You're coming on with me now."
It's 3 a.m. and I just went down a rabbit hole. This food ain't real. This food is not real. This is bread. Mind you, I'm watching videos, so I remember that I had some buns in my pantry that I hadn't gotten rid of because I wanted some turkey burgers one day and I never used the rest of the buns. And I'm like, I know they should have maybe expired like December. It's January 7th. Y'all, this is the bread that should be expired. It should be molding or molded at this point. Why am I wringing it out like a dry, like this ain't food. That's not food. Y'all, I'm traumatized and I don't know what I'm gonna do. But now you're traumatized too.
Does anyone else remember eating bread as a kid and it would stick to the top of your mouth? And do you know how annoying that was, trying to get it out? But now, we've all grown up, haven't we? And now we're eating memory foam. Well, I'm actually funny. I'm actually laughing about it, but it's not funny, is it? Well, it looks like you don't need to use a scrub anymore to do your washing up. You can just use some bread out of the... Surely that's not in the ingredients. Surely not. Not all that. In some spray. You're joking. Hold on, I've got to look at this again. Antivirus. What is enterovirus? Enterovirus. This can't be right, can it? How do they know? And this is in the ingredients. No, it ain't. No, it's not. That's what it's used for. Right. I might have to cut that out. Do you know what? No, I'm not going to keep... I'm going to keep that in there. I thought that was in the ingredients. You got to be honest here. Did you think that, or was it just me? Man, I shouldn't be sat here, and you guys are watching me for information. Just bear that in mind. You're not going to learn anything by watching me. I'm just going to put that out there. One tear in that tent, it's game over, isn't it? Like, think about that. If one termite goes
flipping it, boys, there's a hole here.
What are you going to do? You're going to look like the cockroach man from Men in Black if those things get in there.
I didn't know this. Oreos, bro, are satanic.
What? In what way? What the?
You wanna check this out?
No way. You're gonna ruin Oreos.
No, this is going viral. So there was this person, and they study symbols. This guy studies like symbols and religious symbols specifically.
No way.
So check this out, bro.
No way.
So this is viral, fam. This is viral. So the cross on the Oreo, is a satanic cross. This is a satanic cross right here. So you see the top like this?
Whoa.
And then so they're saying like you know the Freemason compass?
Yeah.
It's also this part of the Oreo, like the triangle. Now this is where it gets even crazier. The word Oreo. What the bro? Oreo mean?
What does it mean, bro?
Where'd they come up with that name?
I don't even know.
Chips Ahoy? Chocolate chips, right?
Yeah.
Oreo, what is that? The word Oreo originates from an ancient Greek and Egyptian term, Boreas, and that is an Egyptian serpent that people used to worship. What?
Right, so we can't enjoy bread, and we can't enjoy Oreos now either. Great. What a time to be alive, eh? I'll tell you what, when I get my chicken coop, I'm going to put cameras up in there because I'm going to make sure they don't go in and inject my chickens, mate.
And then when you realize that they can measure your brainwaves with a magnet that doesn't touch your head, you realize that your thoughts are not in your head. And they're part of this greater field that we are all connected by. And they're now trying to understand how we actually store memories, which is a developing process. Some of it is protein-based, and some of it is this theory that we basically store our thoughts in the cloud. So basically you're accessing your own Wi-Fi field. And this is why there is a difference of like meeting somebody in person versus doing something over Zoom. Our biofields are interacting right now. There are low-level frequencies that our brains interact on. So having that biofield, you realize that like you have your own biofield, you are your own Wi-Fi, you emit your own Wi-Fi. And so then thoughts can be the process of some of that Wi-Fi coming in, mostly directed as life force and energy, which is why like how you practice your energy and how you maintain your energy can really direct how your thoughts come out.
This is why you need to join the Tinfoil Hat Gang. So if you haven't yet, don't forget to join the Tinfoil Hat Gang, all right, and subscribe. It is weird, though, isn't it, what she's saying? Because, you know, when you meet a complete stranger you've never met before, and you can get a very bad vibe from that person or a very good vibe from that person, like good energy, like what... So there's something we pick up on there. Telepathy is real. They're trying to understand how twins communicate with each other. Me and my twin brother know exactly what we're doing or like how we're feeling, and we're not even living in the same house.
Did you realize that this TV right here is a Walmart tracking device to track you at home? Walmart bought Vizio Television. When they did that, they acquired millions of people's data. And more importantly than just the TV itself, they acquired the data system. They bought SmartCast and the data advertising platform that was owned by Vizio. So here's how it works. You pay $598 for the TV. You get it home, you unbox it, you plug it in, and you realize you can't operate it without a Walmart account. Actually, it says right here that a Vizio account is required for smart TV. And that's more than deceptive labeling. That's a straight up lie.
You'll be immediately redirected to set up a Walmart account.
And here's the sinister part. Like I said before, it wasn't about buying the physical TVs. It was about buying SmartCast. Any Vizio televisions that have been manufactured in 2026 require a Walmart account. And look at the deceptive pricing scheme. $238 for the TCL 50-inch and $178 for the Vizio. SmartCast is the operating system that lives inside the TV. It runs all your apps like Netflix and YouTube. It controls your home screen. And most importantly, the ad data system. What it does is detect what you're watching, even from cable boxes, game consoles, or DVDs, and your cell phone connected to the Walmart app. Now they will tie in what you and your family watch, search, and buy to relentlessly market you into their store. Even more Orwellian than that, linking your TV to your purchases to your location. Now you are a probable target for personal product pricing adjustments set according to your needs or desperation. This is called dynamic pricing, based on your personal data. And the fact that a giant corporation like Walmart has laid the foundation for a deceptive controlling system just like this should have us all outraged. Does it?
You know what? I literally asked this question the other day. Why are they selling huge TVs so cheap now? That probably explains it, doesn't it? Because remember when these huge plasma TVs come out, they were like, you know, you could buy a flipping Ferrari for the price of an OLED TV. Now they're all affordable all of a sudden. They're all in the sale. But it's crazy because even smart TVs track you now. Your Wi-Fi tracks you, your phone tracks you. Man, what do they want to get from my life? I don't live an interesting life at all. I just chill, mate. What data are they getting from me?
I have had a lot of strange people on my tours over the years. I do a vampire tour. There was a couple. They asked it to be a private tour. They both gave off a weird vibe. And they were asking really detailed questions about vampires and what I knew about like Saint Germain, what my thoughts were about different people who had been accused of vampirism throughout the years. Not things that normal people that are interested in vampires usually would ask. At the end of the tour, they asked me to walk them to their car.
Walk them
to their car. And I said, I'm sorry, I have another tour. They're like, okay. They got in the car and they sat there. When I left for the evening, I drove back by. The car was still sitting there. They weren't there. The next day, the car was still there. The car didn't belong to them. When I reached out to ask them if everything was okay, my emails all bounced and the phone number didn't work.
Do you conclude that they might have been vampires?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've encountered one, so...
Do you know my breakdown of that? Because this is coming from me. I'm very impulsive and I like to learn everything about one thing. So maybe these two realised they went there, acted a bit weird, right? And then cut all contact. I've done that sometimes where I've been like, do you know what, Ben, you might have gone a bit too far there. So maybe they thought they came across as vampires or psychopaths and thought, now we can't ever go back out of shame. I don't know. That's my theory. You got to admit, though, it would be pretty cool to be a vampire and go to a vampire tour. But maybe this lady was getting the interview for the immortal position. CEO of Immortality, mate. Because maybe she failed it. Who knows? They could have been interviewing her for the next position. I mean, she seems quite qualified, but who knows? I think if people had the option, just like when they bring out the new iPhone, there's a queue going down the street. If people could choose to be a vampire, I think they would do it.
Do you remember that season of American Horror Story where the aliens are abducting the humans and doing some type of breeding project to make a hybrid? Yeah, Matt Gaetz, a former congressman, just said that was true. Pretty much, basically. He went on a podcast a few days ago, and he said that there, across 6 to 12 locations in this country, there is a human-alien hybrid breeding program, and their goal is intergalactic communication. Now, where are they getting these humans from to breed them? Also, at the same damn time, J.D. Vance went on a podcast and said that aliens are demons. And then Tim Burchett, a sitting congressman, said that if we knew what all the alphabet boys had briefed him about in the alien realm, that the world would come undone. Does he mean that Matt Gaetz was not telling a lie, that there is a human-alien hybrid program somewhere going on?
Yeah, I mean, that's not even that far-fetched, is it? If you Google the top 50 richest people in the world, flipping it, they all look like aliens, mate. What's his name? The guy that invented Facebook, Zuckerberg. That even sounds like an alien, doesn't it? Like the planet Zuckerberg. It's probably real. You know, out of everything else we've watched and gone through this year already.
Okay, there are 5 big new developments in the race to contain this Hanta virus. Firstly, the WHO have confirmed 2 new suspected cases of Hanta today, thousands of miles apart. The first is a lady in Spain, while the other is in this remote island of Tristan da Cunha, which is pretty insane luck for the only 214 people that live on this island. Number 2, the CDC have activated a level 3 emergency response to this outbreak. That is the lowest level of emergency evacuation. Number 3, Spanish authorities are now preparing, quote, an unprecedented quarantine and evacuation operation for the 149 on board ahead of the ship's arrival to Tenerife on Sunday. Number 4, we've got the test results back from the first suspected case of Hanta in someone that wasn't a passenger on the ship. That was that Dutch air hostess who was hospitalized yesterday. Good news, the test came back negative. That's a really good sign, but there is caution to that though, because the symptoms for the Andes strain do take weeks to appear. So it's not over yet. And lastly, some experts like Dr. Simpson, for example, who I highly recommend checking out, are now saying that because this seems to be a new virus or a mutated one, we do not know how infective it is or its case fatality rate.
Hanta virus changes very, very rapidly. It is a very rapidly mutating virus like influenza and like COVID. And so what we knew about the old viruses may not be true for these viruses. So be careful of that information.
You know what's really funny, right? My fiance is Hungarian, and she said the word Hanta is basically a word for like saying lies. It's like informal slang for like nonsense, empty talk, BS. You know, so it basically means a lie. And if you look at it, the translation in like Latin and Hebrew. In Hebrew, it means scam, and then in Latin, it means something like haunted something to do with haunted. And then as you spread out the word, it comes out of all these different meanings. It's crazy. So it's a good time to be alive for all of us tinfoil hat people, isn't it? All right, so I've seen a lot of comments about me checking out this video from a rapper called Little Tony speaks on his testimony and encounter with the devil. So apparently this was filmed back in August in 2025 and it's gone super viral, but he's spoken about it many times and the details never change. And I want to know why it's so popular. Apparently this is crazy, so I'm interested to hear what he's got to say.
But you had an encounter with the devil?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that. Can you like...
They booked me for a photo shoot. This is what made me start getting into God right before I got locked up again.
Yeah.
This how I knew God was talking to me, though. I was straddling the fence still on belief. This is why I'm telling you, I didn't know what to believe because I was getting into all the spirituality. I ain't know what to believe, and God sent me a real encounter, so I went up. I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They have OD cars. They got a 3-seater McLaren, they got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them, like, how y'all get all this money? How y'all do this? And like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. I'm like, no, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, no, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic ritual? He say, the Illuminati never taught these. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at him. Like, bro, you playing game. Like, you'll get whatever you want. Tell them what you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big whoever, I can take you to somebody. Yeah, all you gotta let them do is just do what they want to do to you, just for a night. When I start calling my Uber, my flight was finna take off. They was like, man, your flight finna take off anyway. Let us just get you a hotel and you can come get some food out of a Korean barbecue. I'm like, at first I was like, nah. But then I ain't had no service to get downstairs. Get down the hill.
Right.
So I'm telling them, take me down to the bottom of the mountain. When I'm not telling them this, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna let them take me to the Korean barbecue. Then when we get down there, I'm just call me an Uber and go. So I tell them, like, take me down to the Korean barbecue. They're like, okay, Shamu, good, okay, cool. The people who booked me left. After they leave, I'm in the car with the other dude that they called up to have a photo shoot with me or take pictures, because he come up and he like to take pictures with celebrities to make him look like he was rich or famous. I get in the car with him in the 3-seater McLaren. This man, as we going down, this face change game in front of me. You see Venom? Like,
yeah, like
Spider-Man?
Yeah, from Spider-Man.
Kind of like that. It wasn't like OD, like long, like veins, OD long out his face. It's probably about this wide. Face change? I'm like, what the? Like, it's probably about like right here. Like how you'll see somebody morph into something.
Yeah.
It's like that. It threw me all the way off. So I'm confused now. I'm like, okay. I didn't know how to get out the car. I would have been got out the car. We in the 3-seater McLaren, so it's like a button you gotta push to get up out of there.
Gotcha.
So he backing in. Now he backing into somebody driveway. He smack a mailbox. So now he hit the button and he get up out of there. He hit the button and get up out of there. I see the button. I'm getting up out of there too. I hit the button. Guess what? It's a mailman come out of nowhere. I run up to him, like, hey, bro, let me get in the back of your truck. He leaned up. No, I look at him, I'm like, bro, just let me get in the back of your truck. Bro. Please, just take me down. Take me down to the bottom. Please, just take me down to the bottom. It was God, he took me down to the bottom. Like, if I was him, I wouldn't have took me down to the bottom. Some random trying to get in the back of my truck. Yeah. He took me down to the bottom, and I called an Uber, and I just left. The whole thing was just, I felt it in my spirit. As soon as I got up to the top of that mountain, it was something off.
Something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had to almost finish filming there, and my fiance turned out of all the shopping. So it's my job to bring it in, help out when I can. But that's a crazy story. I've been in many situations like that, where I've had strange encounters that have been exactly what I've prayed about, and it's happened. I'll tell you more about that in the future. And while we're on the subject, I know this might come as a surprise to a lot of you. Some of you already know, but I'm getting married this year. The wedding's in 2 weeks. So, yeah, it's on May 30th. I'm getting married. I need a lot of you to pray for me, to help me be the best husband I can be. I wouldn't be here without her. Ben Colson wouldn't be a thing without her. She, behind the scenes, she makes sure that I'm fed, clean, because before I did this full time, I was doing this every day and working a 9-to-5 job. It was so crazy for 2 years. It was crazy. I didn't have time for anything else. She fully supported me. So a lot of you have helped me get into this position that's going to support my family. And we're looking to move, as you all know. We're looking to move after the wedding. And that's only because you guys have supported me. And you're supporting my fiance. You're going to support my children, when I have them, if God willing, of course. The second time I met her, I remember the second time I met her, I was driving home. And I was like, that's the one. That's the person I'm going to marry right there. To me, it's more something to be proud of, to grow old with someone, to build with someone. And when me and my fiance met, we were struggling. We were really struggling. It wasn't easy. I had no money, no car, no job, nothing. I did have a job, but it was very, very bad, very low pay. I was stuck. I had something wrong on my eye. It was rough. I remember I used to take her out for dinner and pay for stuff. Couldn't afford it. Almost went on my overdrive a couple of times, but that's more of something to be proud of to me, that to be with one person for your entire life, to go through good times and bad times with, to have children with, to build a family, to build something with. Because we see that a lot now, and like this rapper was saying, it's all about fast cars and money and women, and like how many women can you get? How many women can you? And that never appealed to me. It never did. It's not fulfilling at all. So, like, I tell you what, I never thought I was marriage material. So, yeah, she's got her hands full with me. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you thought about that story. That was pretty crazy. And I'll look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. I'll see you then.